Okay, so we got a question right here. A ball traveling at speed u towards a wall collides with the wall at right angles. The ball bounces off the wall at speed v in the opposite direction. The time for the collision is t. Which of the following expression gives the average force on the wall during the collision? Okay, so let me draw out this scenario. So we have the scenario right here. This is our wall, right? This is our wall, right? Our ball is going towards the ball and then bounces off at right angle in the opposite direction with speed v, and initial was speed u and final was speed v. So it asks us the average force on the wall during the collision, right? During the collision is basically happening right here, right? So I will use my motion of direction, basically positive over here. It's basically easier to understand, right? So now I know my formula is basically F is equals to ma, right? And then my mass is remaining constant. I need to find the acceleration, which is delta v by t, which can be written as m v, which is final, minus initial by t, right? I haven't input the values yet. I'm just stating out the formula. I'm expanding the formula right now, right? So I will now put the variables inside it, right? M, my final is going in the opposite direction, so I'm gonna say minus v, right? And I have minus, which this one is positive, so I'm gonna basically say positive u, right? So, and divided by t, right? So I know this will be, right, m minus, I can take the minus out, right? And v plus u, basically it's much easier to understand this way. Either way, it's gonna be minus v minus u, so you can write it v plus u and put the minus sign outside the basically the brackets, right? It's basically the same thing. You can just multiply the minus back again and you get the same thing, minus v and minus u, right? This minus sign just basically indicates that it is not, the ball is the final, you know, the final motion of the ball is in the opposite direction, not on the direction that I have selected, right? So it basically just tells the motion, right? It is not like basically gonna affect your answer. That might just basically telling that the motion that I have selected, it is basically going the opposite, as we can see from this, you know, the diagram that I have drawn. We can see that the final is going in the opposite direction, which is gonna be negative, right? And if you just ignore this minus sign, because we can see in the options that they haven't choose the minus sign, right? So we can ignore this minus sign, right? Then we have m v plus u by t, right? F is equals to m v plus u by t, right? So basically I can see my option A is basically more suitable, you know, and it's supporting my answer over here. So I can say my option A is basically the correct answer, right?